Right, we'll get started with Virginia Tech here. Head coach John Sheff, student athlete Carson DiMartini. We'll take an opening statement from coach and then open it up for questions. Coach.
But our guys played hard, we put up 8. Had 2 guys with 3 RBIs, had hitting some bad luck. We played pretty good defense. We played an error-free game, so this wasn't our night.
Questions?
John, I guess just how frustrating is the last few days been? You got the lead at Virginia, then you lead tonight. How frustrating has it been, and any reason why you think?
It's just been really frustrating the last 6 weeks.
Is the plan to go with Renfro next time out, or?
I'll have to see how it feels.
Is the pitching staff just kind of gassed at this point? How would you kind of sum that up?
Hard to sum it up. Can't really say, man. Can't put my finger on it to really sum anything up. Certainly not that. So I'll let that be.
Carson, you hit the home run early. Do you think, you guys are on your way to kind of turning your fortunes around?
Yeah, we were up 5-0. So for sure, we gonna play no matter what the score was to try and turn it around. But yeah, obviously we were up, we had a lead, so we thought we were gonna do it there. I don't think even the 2 outs in the ninth, we still thought we were gonna do it. That's how you play all the time. So
I would say, did you guys spend a lot of time trying to forget that Virginia series and move on to this? How do you look at that?
Coach L says the best. It's just a loss isn't meaningful unless you learn from it. So you got to take what you learn from it and then move on and push all the bad stuff aside. So that's really what we do with any loss this season.
You guys have anything else?
John, were you surprised at all that they went to Bielenson for as long as they did?
I don't think they played him well. So that guy's good. It's just pitches every day. Like that's any coach, that's looking at that. Wants a guy like that. That's he might be as good as they are. And they're very, very good. He might be their best player just because he's so valuable. He pitches every day. He pitches in any situation, and his numbers speak for themselves. So no, I wouldn't surprise that. If I was, I might use that guy every day to pitch every inning. It's not even close. So you guys really good.
What do you think of Morris, the VMI transfer, second baseman, hit a couple of homes?
Good, great, really good player. Killed us.
Guys, anything? Good. All right. Thank you.
And in a fight, it wasn't the best game or the cleanest game we've played all year. We gave up a lot of free offense to a good offense. Virginia Tech can really hit and really generate offense, and we gave them a lot of base runners, but we were tough enough to stay and fight. And I thought our offense just got better and better as the game went along, and we took a lot of good swings. Alex Stone, Zach Morris, Logan Bravo. I mean, you start going up and down the lineup. We got a lot of big at bats, and I thought the two out at bats by Logan Bravo and Chase Cruson back to back in the third to give us the lead. Really gave us a lot of momentum. And then I thought another big moment in the ball game was Chase Cruson throwing the runner out at the plate when it looked like they had tied the ball game back up.
Questions, guys?
Chris, am I wrong? But was the tag almost the more impressive part of the play at the plate?
You make a great point, and I told Alex the same thing. I mean, you basically have to glove that ball as you're tagging him, and it was a terrific play on both ends. It was a great throw, but a terrific tag. How often do you see that swipe tag need to be made, and that ball kicks just a little bit out of the glove because you're moving towards the tag? And strong hands by Alex Stone right there in that moment.
And then Alex homers, and you have Chase have the go-ahead single on the other end, on the front end of making that play. Is there a momentum effect where those guys feel it at the bat after making those?
I think that's real, man. I mean, how often do you see a guy that makes a great play defensively come up and have a big hit, later in the ball game or vice versa? And, both those guys made great defensive plays and had big swings for us.
For instance, Zach, 2 homers today, PMI transfer, what he's given you guys this year. Did you expect this kind of season from him?
I'd be lying if I told you I thought he was going to be this productive offensively. I don't know what that brings his home run total to. 17. We knew he was a really good player, and it's a neat story because we recruited Zach when he went into the portal, and we lost him. He committed to South Carolina. Really wrestled with it, and then some things happened with the admissions process there. And to his credit, he really wanted a degree. He didn't just want to go somewhere and take some classes and play. And he called me and said, this was in June, and said, "Hey, coach, I didn't get into school. I really want an opportunity to get a degree while I'm playing." And it was an easy decision for us. We loved him when we first got to know him in the recruiting process. We had seen him play in 2022. We opened up the season with VMI, and on top of what he's meant from an offensive and defensive productivity standpoint, the toughness, the spirit, the energy that he's brought to our program has meant as much. The intangibles have meant as much as how he's played.
So last week we talked about what Bravo and Zach and Ben have brought to the program, but what about that balance with the freshmen who have been so good? And that doesn't even include Macon Winslow, who didn't play today, but all those freshmen, that balance that you have between senior leadership and the freshmen and all of them producing.
Yeah, it's a neat mix. A good friend of mine, Jay Matthews, who's a longtime scouting director with the Colorado Rockies, said it best. He said, I really like your mix of old and young. You're not too old, you're not too young, and it's interesting because we do have the graduate guys having great years, but we almost always have 3 freshmen in our lineup. And then when Kyle Johnson goes to the mound, we have 4 freshmen in our lineup. So there's not too many teams in Power 5 baseball playing 4 freshmen at the same time in this age of the portal. So, it's the production we've gotten from AJ and Chase, Macon, Kate, and Kyle Johnson, is just as big a part of this story as Ben and Zach and Logan and those guys.
Chris, I know the level of confidence that you have in Charlie is astronomical. Did you want to go to him for all 9 to end the game?
No, we did not. We wanted to get through the 7th, and but it is such a luxury, and I don't know if I'll ever have it again in my coaching career, of having a closer who you can run in there in the 7th inning and he can get 9 outs. And he's done it for us so many times. And you know, it's almost superhuman what he does, the way he bounces back so quickly, you know, the ability to go get 9 outs and then turn around 2 days later and be ready to pitch. It's, you know, it's just not many guys that can do it. And, I would bet my house, Charlie Bielenson will be in the big leagues 2 years from today.
Does he ever come to you and then let you know that he's ready to pitch? Is he rearing to go? Is that play? a
Yeah,
factor
I
as well?
mean, you know, and he always wants the baseball. You know, we finished off the season with a series with Carolina, and we were in a rubber match, and obviously we had extended him on Thursday night in the save situation. Then he'd come back and pitched in the top of the ninth the next day, and we said, you know, we met as a staff that morning. We said, look, we got a long ways to go here. We got a lot of season left. We're going to need that guy. We're going to put him down today. Just tell him, don't even put his spikes on today. And he couldn't believe it. He was indignant that he wasn't going to be live you know, in that game. But he's a guy that has, you know, taken great care of himself. He's worked really hard on his body. He's a really tough kid mentally and physically, and man, he's been huge for us. Can't say, I'm out of superlatives for what he's meant to this season.
What's the starter situation look like for Thursday night, if you can tell us?
Yeah, we need to talk about it. It'll be some combination, we think, of Healy and Kyle Johnson. But you know, we'll need to see about. There's a lot of moving parts because obviously you have to win Thursday to get to Saturday. We really like the way that Jonathan Santucci is rounding back into form. He threw with a lot of intent today. I look for him to probably get off a mound tomorrow. So there's a real scenario where he's live this weekend, but you know, we got to figure out the balance between when Kyle throws and when Healy throws, and make sure that we can, you know, still cover Saturday and Sunday, but you know, Thursday's a game 7. So you got to have all hands on deck.
All hands on deck include Jonathan, or he?
No, he will not be live on Thursday because we want him to get a bullpen and throw with some intent, and then wake up the next day and kind of see how he feels.
Guys have anything else for Chris? Okay,
Oh,
Chris, thanks. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, guys, questions for the players?
Exactly. Two homers tonight. What worked for you? What were you seeing in the plate?
Yeah, I'm always going up to the plate, sitting on the fastball. First at bat, I was fouling off a couple tough pitches and I ended up getting a pitch I could, do something with. And the second at bat, I was sitting on the fastball and just reacted to the slider and was seeing the ball well. It was just one of those days for me.
What's the season been like for you, transferring in from BMI, and do you expect to have the kind of season you're enjoying?
Big thing for me transferring in from VMI is just eating good food and getting a lot of good sleep. It seems pretty simple, and also, the coaching staff here has done everything for me and it's been everything I've wanted and expected to do. And I hope we can continue winning.
Charlie, were you expecting the early call, or I guess it's relatively early?
Yeah, coach told me pretty early on, be ready for it. Been there before, happened a few times this year. Also getting the day off tomorrow means you can pretty much bounce back no matter what for Thursday. So whatever they're ready for, whatever they want, I'm ready for it. So
Well, from what I understand about you, the shorter the rest, the better you will.
I don't know about that. Doesn't necessarily feel as good, but maybe it makes me lock in on what I need to do to be ready. So, I'll just take whenever they give me the ball, I'm happy to throw.
Charlie, do you get a little antsy when you don't pitch?
Yeah, I'm pretty much antsy in every game. I'm walking back and forth. It was funny as I'm walking over here. One of the guys was like, "You said the exact same thing. You're antsy. I saw you walking back and forth all game." And I was like, "I just got to keep moving. Otherwise, I'm going to get a little nervous, a little frustrated."
Is it volunteering to guard the bullpen too? Is that part of that?
Yeah, I was doing that all last year. So I thought, we had a good season last year. Let's get some of that luck back. Maybe it'll work, but a little, why not?
Zach, what's it like playing behind this guy?
Never had an arm like this before. He's one of the best competitors I've ever been around, and he's got a rougher arm, iron horse.
Zach, you guys fall behind 5-0 early. What's the approach to chip away and then have that 6-run inning to come all the way back?
Yeah, for all of us, Coach Ballard always talks about sticking to the process, and at that particular moment, sticking to the process was just winning one pitch at a time. Getting some guys on base, and then hopefully we can drive some runs in.
The phrase we use for that is "stay on black." We got a new shirt that we whip out sometimes, and that's just means that exactly what he said. Stay with the process.
Zach, I know it's kind of self-explanatory, but how big is it to play when you're up by one to throw a runner out at the plate? Take me through your view of Chase's throw and Alex's tap.
Yeah. Wow. Chase, one of the best outfield arms I've seen. He's got, I think, 4 putouts like that now. Yeah. People keep trying to run on him. I would recommend not doing it. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. Just one hop right to Alex Stone, and he made a good play.
How big of a moment is that though to keep it advantage Duke?
It definitely kept the momentum on our side, which was huge for us to, keep the momentum on our side and keep having good at bats when we got back in the dugout.
Zach, could you just walk us through the 2 home runs and what you were looking for?
Yeah, again, first at bat, I was getting a lot of fastballs and I was fouling off tough pitches on the outer half. And then I ended up getting a slider, I was waiting for it, trying to get it. Didn't get as much of it as I thought I was going to, but and ended up still going out of the ballpark. And the next one, like I always do, I sit on fastball and just kind of react to the off speed. And it was just kind of over the middle of the plate. So I got a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it.
Tim, anything else? Yeah, right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Not even to see it.